So yes, now we are going to start our chapter. So we had already started our chapter. This is our second turn to study about this chapter. Okay. The chapter name is Elements, Compound and Mixture. I had already told to all of you that what is elements, what is compounds and what is mixture. One by one, you have to answer if you know that what is element, compounds and mixture. Anybody, anybody of you who know the answer can say it to me. I'm not going to ask one by one. If you know, just say it to me. Otherwise, I will go further. Okay, no problem. I am going to revise whatever I had taught you earlier. The thing is, the elements and compounds are the pure substances. Okay, I had already told to all of you, and impure substances means mixture. Okay, why mixture is considered as impure substance is just because the proportion of the things like compounds and element is not fixed. What is the meaning of proportion? Proportion means how many quantity of which element is putted in that solution, or you can say that mixture. But when you see elements and compounds, in compounds it is more complex than element, but there is a fixed proportion, means the quantity is fixed, the amount is fixed of each and every element. For example, if I am saying H2O is a compound, it is for sure that in H2O there will be two hydrogen molecule and one oxygen molecule together. If we are talking about element, in element you are going to see only single type of atom. For example, oxygen O2 is a element, nitrogen N2 is a element, means this is a purest, you can say that, form of matter. Okay, so the first thing which you have to know that elements, compounds and mixture, they all are the forms of matter. Okay, matter is what I had already told to all of you. Matter is the thing which occupy any space, any they have mass, are known as matter. Elements, mixture, compounds, they all are part of matter. Understood? Okay.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Now, what I'm going to tell to all of you is the types of mixture, means how many types of mixture you are going to see. So, open your page number 34. Okay, there you are going to see mixture. Once again, I told to all of you students, see, in elements, in compounds, there is a fixed proportion. Obviously in element there is no two atoms or elements, there is only one atom or element. But if the group, or the, you can say that, the number of atoms is increasing, they belongs to same kind. For example, there are two atoms of oxygen, they forms O2, two atoms of nitrogen, they form N2, so they belongs to element. But maybe the atoms are changed, the elements are changed, but they are in a fixed proportion, they comes into the category of compounds. Okay, but in mixture the proportion is not defined. Okay, maybe sometime, for example, I'm just saying it, for a solution, for a mixture, you are taking 1 glass of water and you are dissolving 2 spoon of sugar. Okay, but another time you will take 1 glass of water and dissolve 4 spoons of sugar. So the amount of sugar is not fixed to make a mixture, to make a sugar solution, right? So this is mixture. Understood? Now, types of mixture. Okay, so when I'm talking about types of mixture, you are going to see two types of mixture: homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. First of all, students, try to understand the name's meaning. What do you understand by homogeneous and what do you understand by heterogeneous? Homo means same. Okay, hetero means different. Okay, homo means same and hetero means different. So
Different.
yes, So see on the page number, yes, table 3.1, not page number 34 students, page number 33. See, homogeneous mixture, there is a table given on page number 33, table 3.1. Classification of mixture based on physical states of the constituents. ठीक है, फर्स्ट है आपका homogeneous. There is a homogeneous mixture in between solid and solid when two things are mixed together and both the things are solid in nature. Okay, they comes into the category of solid solid homogeneous mixture. In heterogeneous also you are going to see solid solid, but in homogeneous they are uniformly mixed. In how can I define to all of you uniformly mixed? Means completely mixed. Okay, in homogeneous mixture you are going to see the complete mixture, means they are mixed very uniformly. Okay, like for example, when you dissolve the sugar into the water, see what is the difference between, I am giving you just example of it. In homogeneous mixture you can take the example of when you dissolve sugar in water. After dissolving for the some time, you see the water is very clear like a crystal, but the sugar is dissolved in it. So this is a kind of uniform dissolving. Okay, this is a example of uniform dissolve. So this comes into the category of homogeneous mixture. But when you dissolve any oil in that water, what will happen? Does it uniformly dissolve in it? No. So that's comes into the category of heterogeneous. Understood?
Heterogeneous.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now types of mixture. Types of mixture, in that you have to firstly study homogeneous mixture. In homogeneous mixture there are different types. First, solid solid, solid liquid, solid gas, liquid solid, liquid liquid, liquid and gas. Means if you mix two solids uniformly, they comes into the category of solid solid homogeneous mixture. Understood? If you dissolve one solid and one liquid uniformly, that comes into the category of homogeneous
Solid
solid liquid
homogeneous
mixture. Okay,
mixture.
when solid and gas are mixed uniformly, they comes into the category of solid gas homogeneous mixture.
Homogeneous
Understood?
mixture.
When we will take the example of this, like when you mix two solid completely homogeneously, in that you can see the example of alloy. Alloy is the you can say the raw material from which we procure elements. Okay, in solid liquid you can give the example of sugar solution, and as I had told you earlier also, sugar is solid and the water is liquid. When you're dissolving the sugar, it gets completely dissolved. So that is an example of solid liquid homogeneous
Solid liquid
mixture.
homogeneous mixture.
Okay, now what will you give the example of solid and gas? Suspended dust particle in air. See, dust particle is all along in the air. Okay, so that you can give in the example of solid gas homogeneous mixture. Okay, then liquid solid homogeneous mixture, in that hygroscopic sodium hydroxide. In that you are going to see the liquid solid, means here also you are seeing the solid liquid. In solid liquid you are dissolving solid in the liquid, and in this you are dissolving liquid in the solid. Okay, in the hygroscopic sodium hydroxide. Okay, understood? Are you getting it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
In the first one you are dissolving solid in the liquid, here in the liquid you are taking solid. Okay, now
Yes.
liquid liquid homogeneous mixture, in this you are going to see alcohol in water. Alcohol is completely dissolvable in water. Then liquid gas, moisture in air. Air is a gas and you can see some droplets in the air. That is a mixture of liquid gas
Liquid
homogeneous
gas
mixture.
homogeneous mixture.
Okay, understood? Okay, now
Yes, ma'am.
now there is some more example is given: homogeneous gas and solid, gas, liquid, gas. In gas and solid you are going to see the whipped cream and foam. Okay, they are the examples of the cream, the foam are the examples of gas and solid. Okay, you see how the texture of the cream is, they are very fluffy in the nature. Okay, so they are solid but the gaseous content is very high in them. Understood? That's why they feel like very fluffy, but if you see the real amount it will be very small. Just because they contain lots of gas inside, they resembles the gas solid homogeneous mixture. Understood? Now a gas liquid homogeneous mixture will be carbon dioxide in cold drink. The cool drink which you drink contain carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a gas and the cold drink is liquid, but the distribution of carbon dioxide is very uniform. What is the meaning of uniform? Is all along. Okay, so that comes into category of gas liquid homogeneous mixture. Okay, the last one is gas and gas. The perfect example of gas and gas homogeneous mixture is air. In air you are not going to see only oxygen, there is oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, ethane, methane, lots of gas, but they all are uniformly mixed. Understood? So these are the example of homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture means in which the you can say the proportion is not, you can say fixed, the dissolving is uniformly. Understood? Now types of mixture, there is heterogeneous. As I told to all of you, in heterogeneous mixture the solution or the mixture is not uniformly mixed. Understood? In heterogeneous mixture you are going to see solid. In solid you can see fruit salads. In fruit salads there are different pieces of fruit, they are put together but they are not uniformly mixed. Understood? In solid liquid you can see cereals in milk. The solid is cereals means the grains. Okay, not the TV wala cereal. Okay, this is grain. Okay, like pulses, wheat, rice, these are those cereals. Okay, cereals in milk. When you put cereals in milk, does the milk can whole mix the cereals? No, the cereals are like visible, they are not uniformly mixed. So this is the example of heterogeneous mixture. Understood? Mahi, are you getting what I am saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then solid gas dust particle in air. In this, in solid and gas, there is the example of dust particle in air. See, there we had studied gas and solid, then we had studied dust particle in air. Here we are studying solid gas, means inside the solid gas is there. Okay, then it is written dust particle in the air. Okay, then liquid solid, water in semi frozen ice jelly. Okay, like in ice and jelly the distribution of water is not uniform because obviously they are made up of them. Okay, then liquid oil and water. As I told to earlier also, that when you dissolve oil into the liquid, means water, they are not going to mix properly together. Okay, oil will come at the surface of water and water will be remain below. Okay, understood? Like for example, there are lots of, another example is also given: liquid gas, gas solid, gas liquid, gas. What you have to do is to study one by one. For example, in liquid oil and water, liquid and gas, raindrops
Water.
in air, raindrops in air. See, it is not possible that in whole air there will be rain drops. Okay, it will be only present where it's raining. Okay, gas solid, gas absorbed on the surface of charcoal.
Charcoal.
At the surface of charcoal you can see some gas are absorbed, okay, but below that surface there will be no gas. So there the, you can say, the mixing is not even, okay, right, not uniform. Then gas solid, it's done. Gas liquid, brown color nitrogen dioxide in a closed bottle of nitric acid. Here the nitrogen dioxide is a gas and nitric acid is a liquid. When you pour the gas inside the liquid, the gas is not going to uniformly mixed. So such type of mixture in which you are not going to see the uniform mixing. Uniform mixing means complete mixing. They form, please mute the video, okay. So that this kind of mixture is known as heterogeneous mixture. Understood?
Mixture.
So once again we will revise. In heterogeneous mixture we are not going to see the mixing property of the two substance completely, okay, but in homogeneous mixture two substance are complete mixed together, or you can say that uniformly mixed together. Understood? Now the second table which is given is difference between compounds and mixture. Like, what is the difference between compounds and mixture? The first and foremost thing which I had already told to all of you, that what is compound and what is mixture, is that in compound there is a fixed proportion, okay. Fixed proportion means the amount of element is fixed, okay, but in mixture it is not fixed. So let us study from this. Compounds are pure substance, obviously they comes into the category of pure substance. Mixture are impure substance. They are made up of two or more element combined in a fixed ratio under fixed condition. See, as I told to all of you, in compound there is a fixed ratio, but in mixture they are made up of two or more elements or compound present in any ratio under any condition. Understood? Compounds are homogeneous. Compounds are homogeneous means they also comes into the category of homogeneous mixture. You can say some homogeneous mixture comes into the category of compound, because compound there is a fixed ratio. In homogeneous mixture also we are seeing that the division, or you can say the mixing, is uniform. Mixture can be homogeneous or heterogeneous, but in mixture there will be possibility whether they will be homogeneous or heterogeneous, okay. See, one more thing, what is difference between homogeneous mixture and compound? See, that's a nice question, huh? In compound also you are seeing that they are homogeneous. In mixture also you are seeing homogeneous mixture. Now what is the difference between? See, homogeneous doesn't means fixed proportion. It only means that the mixing is complete or uniform, okay. But if they are uniform, they are fixed and in a appropriate ratio, in a fixed ratio, that comes into the category of compounds. Understood? And if the amount or ratio is not fixed, but then also they are uniformly mixed together, they comes into the category of homogeneous mixture. Understood? Okay. Compounds cannot be separated into its constituent by simple physical method. Like in compound you are not going to divide the things all along. For example, as I given you the example of H2O. In H2O you are not able to take oxygen and hydrogen by the physical method. Always remember that I am talking about the physical method. Physical method is done by the physical apparatus, right? So in compound you are not going to separate them, but in mixture you can be able to separate them, okay. Means if you are taking two things and mixing them you can able to separate them by the several processes. For example, if you are dissolving sugar in the water, how you can able to gain the water and sugar all along? You will just evaporate the water by heating that sugar solution. The sugar will be remain outside and water will be evaporated. Okay, so here you are going. Please mute the video from where the sound is coming. Okay, so understood what I'm saying? Now I'm taking a pause here and I'm going to ask you if you are having any doubt or not, then we will study further on. So one by one, if you are having any doubt, as I told to all of you how you are going to say your doubt, first your name and then the doubt. Anybody? Okay, no problem. So so I'm just teaching you the next topic. See, here is the difference between given below at the table number 3.3, the difference between homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Okay, I think all of you are already understood that what is the difference between homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. In homogeneous mixture,
Yes, ma'am.
different constituents are mixed uniformly. Uniformly means all along. And in heterogeneous mixture, different constituents are mixed ununiformly. Not mixed uniformly, not mixed uniformly in heterogeneous mixture. Now the second difference is homogeneous mixture, the constituent cannot be easily separated. In homogeneous mixture, you are not going to separate, or you are not able to separate the things properly. Okay, but in heterogeneous mixture you can separate them easily. Obviously the things which are not completely mixed are easy to separate, understand it like that, and the things which is completely mixed, it will be harder to separate them. Understood what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, only one student is getting that. Only one sound is coming of yes ma'am. So once again I'm repeating the thing is that in homogeneous mixture we were studying that the mixing is very uniform in the sense of complete, so it will be very difficult to separate them, right? But in heterogeneous mixture they are not mixing uniformly, so it will be little bit easier to separate them. Okay, so this is the two difference between homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Understood? Now,
Yes, ma'am.
now physical, see the topic, the first topic which is present on page number 35 is that physical properties involved in the separation of physical properties involved in the separation of mixture. Means what are the processes or what are the things which we are going to use to separate the mixture. What is mixture? Two things mixed together to form a mixture, and now we want to separate both of them, right? So here you are going to study that what are the processes we use to separate them. Understood? See, to separate the mixture, whether it is homogeneous or heterogeneous, we can make use of some of the physical property of the constituents such as density. See, to separate two things, what we have to know is their density. You know what is density in physics? You already know what is density. Okay, melting and boiling point, magnetic property, solubility in commonly used solvent, and nature to sublime. For example, क्या 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 चीज़ें आपको जाननी है उन दोनों चीज़ों के बारे में, वो यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है. प्लीज़ स्टॉप दैट साउंड फ्रॉम वेयर दिस इज कमिंग. प्लीज़ म्यूट द वीडियो फ्रॉम वेयर दिस साउंड इज कमिंग. Somebody is fixing their phone or like something. Beta, please mute your. Okay. So here the points which is written like density, melting and boiling point, magnetic property, these are the point which you have to know about the two things which are mixed together. Understood? So you have to
Yes.
know these things about the two things which is mixed together to form a mixture. And why it is necessary to know all these things? Because if you know all these things, you are able to separate both of them. Understood? So the very first
ma'am.
method or very common method to, you can say that, separate two things together is sedimentation and decantation method. Now what is sedimentation and decantation? For example, you take some water which is mixed with sand, okay, a very dirty water like brownish water, you take in a test tube and put it for a day, okay, stand that water for a day. For some time you will observe that the clear water will be present at the upper side of the tube and the sand particle is settled below the tube. This is because the density of solid, the density of soil particle is larger than that of water. That's why the solid settle down at the bottom and the liquid is present at the upper surface. Understood? So here see, you know that they can be separated on the basis of their density. The solid is heavier than water, so you will be able to separate the solid and liquid with the help of this density. Okay, so this type of method is known as sedimentation and decantation. Understood? See the figure 3.1, separation by sedimentation and decantation, it is given. There are three test tube. In all the three test tube, the solid particle is now settled down. Initially the solution was not like that. Initially the solution was uniform somewhat. Understood? But after some time the liquid goes at the upper side and the solid comes at the below side, because the density of solid is larger than that of liquid. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now filtration method. The second method is filtration method. Obviously filtration method is done for the liquid solid mixture, because when you filter it, you will get the liquid particle filter out at the bottom and the solid particle will be remain at the filter paper. For example, all of you make tea now, or all of you know how to make tea. After making tea, you just filter tea, okay. The thing which you get in your cup is the filtrate, right, which you drink, that is a pure tea. And the tea leaves you get stick on the, you can here, that is a filter paper, you can say that. The sieves you use, that is a filter paper, okay. On filter paper what you are getting? The solid particles, and in the cup what you are getting? The liquid particles. So
Liquid particles.
so the sieves which you use for filtrating the tea is having very large pores. That's why you are getting thick tea. But the filter papers are having very minute pores, very minute. So when you are filtrating anything by the help of filter paper, you are getting more pure form than that of you are doing with your sieves. Okay? Understood? So
Yes,
here
ma'am.
the sedimentation and filtration, these two processes are for the which kind of solution, in which one is liquid and one is solid. Okay, understood? Are you
Solid.
getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Now,
Yes, ma'am.
now the third is evaporation. What is evaporation? This method is used to separate soluble non-volatile solid component from the liquid component. For example, sugar from sugar solution. As I told to all of you, when you heat sugar solution, what you will get after a long time of heating? The sugar, okay, and the water is evaporated. Understood? So this
Yes,
is the
ma'am.
process of evaporation. Okay. Okay, students, today we will study only till here. Okay, now only 2-3 things is only left. We will study in our next class, or most probably in my next video. So if you are having any doubt, you may ask me right now, otherwise I can leave the class and you can do your work of this chapter. Try to do checkpoints by your own. If you're not able to do that, I can give you the answer sheet, or you can say that answer. Okay, so any one of you is having any doubt?
मैम चैप्टर 2 को मैम आप क्वेश्चन आंसर भेजी थी
Yes beta.
फ्लेक्सिबल कैसे
Yes
मैम
beta.
which day
Beta, I didn't remember the day, but I from which section you belongs, beta?
A
Okay, in section, one second, I just stopped